come back. Still so glad I showered. Shower again before I go to sleep. Applied to a couple more jobs. One that seems like it would be fairly intense. Like a lot. It's like um, what would I call it? Fulfilling orders for film sets for stuff they need for their sets. So sounds like kind of hectic, a lot of hours, which is good and bad, you know. And it seems like I'm pretty well qualified for it. I hope I don't have to wear a suit at work. Because how the hell do I iron my clothes? They should say homeless need not apply. And one job Craigslist just wouldn't let me apply for. I said I'm human. Check the boxes for boats and buses. Kept saying, oops, there's an error. That job would have been very hectic. Also delivering stuff, like not delivering, but overseeing the creation and delivery of stuff, or I don't know about creation exactly, but basically you'd be the person making sure film sets get the orders they need, potentially driving stuff around yourself. You're kind of on call a lot, working 10, 11 hours a day. $40,000 a year salary. I'm like, are you kidding me? I jump at that. I couldn't even apply. Craigslist kept messing up. That's okay. Probably wouldn't have gotten it, but also I would have very little free time. If I'm working 10, 11 hours a day and they make you answer emails after work, I know I'd be fucking, my brain would be fried from having such little time. But I'd enjoy it. I mean, unless it's a crappy company or something, but it sounds like something fun. I'd like it. That's what I gotta do. Where's my, oh, fuck. Where's my... antibacterial wipes. I forget what they're even called. Save my canned chicken. My stylus on my phone is breaking. This thing that makes sure it locks into, when I slide it into my phone, the phone has a little port where I can slide this in. This thing's coming loose. Should I try and glue it? But then it may not fit in the phone. And how did I break it? Did I sit on it? It was just all of a sudden broken. I hate that I have to use my finger on this phone a lot because I despise that. I don't know why. With my age or something, it literally just after a few taps, my finger really hurts. I I can lift heavy stuff, but you ask me to tap my finger like this, extending my hands and joints, it hurts. I just got a little downtime while I get ready to do more stuff related to taxes. I applied to all the jobs I could find. I don't know. How many have I applied in the last few days? Maybe 15? Somewhere around there. Today I think I applied to 4 or 5, maybe 6. But I need that steady paycheck. I need that paper. I'll work 6 days a week if I can. Did I just eat enough protein? What did I eat? I ate the chicken and noodles. What else did I have? A little peanut butter. I'll have some more, like a protein meal or something before I go to sleep. I'm just killing a little time, then I got to go back inside my phone and organize everything for taxes. Welcome to people here. Hey, I'm happy to have you. A lot of smog over the San Fernando Valley now. You know, I can never get over that I'm in LA. I'm so glad to be here. I'm so glad to just tell people, like, man, this is expensive. You know, it's expensive to live here. It's LA. Like, I can never get over how exciting it is to be here. Allergies aren't bothering me too much. Oh, I had tuna. That has a lot of protein. Like 18 grams in a little cup of it like that. Little container that I got at the food bank. I have not set foot in a grocery store for months. All the food I've gotten is either from food bank, restaurants, or dollar stores. I'm very suspicious of any time my manager asks me anything, any of the managers ask me anything, because for the first time I didn't work 6 days a week when they gave it as an option. And so one of the managers, the nice bootlicker, said to me, "Hey Angelo, you didn't want to work your day off the other day?" I was like, "What the hell?" I didn't react like that to him, but that was my reaction inside. And I said, "Well, yeah, I wanted to, I couldn't. I was busy." I got the shaving cream too. Shaving cream and deodorant, tissues from the dollar store. Deodorant, just as expensive at the dollar store as at the grocery store. But I don't want to go into the grocery store. I don't want to do any of that. If it's alright with you, I'm just going to relax a little while I live stream. Six people here. Cool. But 2 likes. No, that's not good. That's what you're going to get if you don't click like. Super Bowls tonight. Okay. I had no idea there was an NFL season going. I'm not putting it down. These guys work hard. Just didn't know, and there's no live audience there, right? So they do a computer-generated audience, don't they? How do people feel about the late night shows that don't have audiences now? I actually prefer it. I like just letting the hosts be able to talk or have a quiet conversation with somebody. I like it where the audience doesn't have to chime in with laughter and they're not playing to the audience. Some things are funnier when you hear the audience, laughing with everyone. It helps. But I've been enjoying what I've seen. I don't watch a ton, but of the late night shows with no audience, I just enjoy it. They can just talk. I don't know, but I always prefer, like, as opposed to hearing 2 people talk, just hearing 1 person talk. I like the quiet. To me, it's like stresses me out to hear another person talk on a show. Not always. It's just, I don't know. It's weird how everything has to be played to the audience when there's an audience there. Thank you to the 2 people who are sticking with me. Hey, look at the same things happening to these Skechers as my old one. It's the left foot that the shoe always tears up. So I'm going to need a new shoe at some point. It's still lasting me, but I don't know for how long. Just killing time in LA. Greatest city in the world. Why are 2 people watching anyways? What do you all want to see? Oh, I talked to my mom. That was kind of funny. She's having trouble logging into her faculty profile. She'll have trouble logging into anything. But she's trying to log into her staff profile where she works so that she can watch some training videos. She has no idea how to do it. She doesn't know what her username is. She thinks he knows her password, and she's very frustrated by it all. And I tried to figure out what I could. I'm like, you're calling me across the country to do tech support? And she's like, yeah. And I tried everything I could, which was not much at all. And there's nowhere they say to contact anybody, and it doesn't give an option to reset your password, or it does, but we don't. I couldn't figure out. My mom doesn't know what her username is. I said, well, you got to find somebody at the school to talk to. And she's like, oh, this is going to be a problem the rest of my life, dealing with computers. Gotta lounge around. How much protein does chicken noodle soup have? 12 grams, plus about 18 from the tuna. That's good. Bouncer. How the hell was I a bouncer so long? Anybody want to tell me? Tomorrow's a bigger. I got a list of all these job sites they gave me. Damn it, I got so many papers in my passenger seat that I've been keeping for years, like just in case I need it. Or months, I guess, because I've only had this car about a year. But I gotta look through all these job sites too, make profiles, and see what's available. I want to see just how many jobs I can apply for in a month that I reasonably would expect to get and want. I didn't apply to Jiffy Lube. I actually decided against that. I'm like, well, they're a cheap ass company. I probably wouldn't like it very much. If I don't like where I am now, I probably wouldn't like Jiffy Lube either. And I know they've had problems with running scams on customers for repairs they didn't do or that the customers don't need. Disconnected for a second. So anyways, after this, got to do more paperwork. I actually got to do it on my phone. Find a bunch of stuff, documents, whatever. And I don't know, what else should I do? Apply to more jobs, that's for sure. Keep making some of the greatest YouTube videos there are. I can't look now. Can anyone check what the weather is going to be like in Burbank overnight? What the temperature is going to get to? Can't look because, you know, I'm live streaming. Somebody please look it up. Weather in Burbank, California. I looked at Warner Brothers to see what jobs they have, and I don't know why. What did I not? Oh, I didn't see like anything I was qualified for. You know, if I had a choice, I couldn't really do anything different, but I didn't know how to do anything different. I was so like, I don't know, so filled with angst and misery in college. There was nothing I thought I wanted to do with any degree. All I wanted to do was be a filmmaker, but my understanding of film was so superficial by that point. Even though I look back and see how solid like it was to develop from there. Um, that there was nothing I could have done to like really develop the film skills I want now. I didn't think back then that I should understand screenplays. It wasn't, and thank goodness. If I didn't want to try and do that, what kind of director would I be? Even if I just wanted to direct, how could I be a director if I'd never read a screenplay, didn't read them, didn't want to understand them? So that was important. But if I could go back, I might do something like on the business side of film to understand that aspect of it. The legal side, distribution or something. But I don't know. I might have gotten tired of that in a week and been like, fuck this, which was already my attitude because I didn't even really want to go to college. Just didn't have the patience for learning. I tried computer science, even that. I failed 3 math classes. After like a year and a half, 3 semesters of it, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I thought I'd be good at that math shit. Holy shit, was I terrible. Terrible at it. Advanced pre-calculus or whatever, accelerated pre-calculus, algebra. I had no fucking idea what was going on. It was so pathetic how I was doing in those classes. And I went to a tutor for the Java class that I was in. That didn't help at all. And on top of that, I was in a major dissociative episode. That was pretty horrible. Thank you all for joining. I almost sounded German there. Uh, Thank you all for joining. Got 5 people here. I'm just killing some time. I just applied to some jobs on my phone. I could update my resume on my phone and convert it to PDF. Yeah, just seems like a big hassle. Tomorrow they're going to help me with my resume because I haven't put like my latest job on there or even some video work I did over the summer. Film gig or 2. I didn't put that on there. So that'd be good to put on there. They gave me some. Let's go over that together. At the job center, what kind of resources I could have for job searches. caljobs.ca.gov, Higher Up Training and Job Placement, Los Angeles Hospitality Training Academy, Building Trade News, Apprenticeships to Enter the Construction Industry. Oh, jeez. Place Program, Training for County Job. Now, wait a minute. They didn't tell me about this one because they highlighted a few of these. Skid Row Development Program. I'm not on Skid Row, and I'm not homeless on the street. I'm in my car, but it says offer vocational training for individuals who are homeless, workshops, tech courses, business reading and writing, business management, personal development. 3 locations. It's just a phone number. I gotta call them, see how that would work. Metro Work Source Center, and that's around here in no, never mind. San Fernando Road, not San Fernando Valley. Oh, these are printed on both sides. Job boards. Okay, just a ton of job websites. Indeed, Monster, ZipRecruiter, Glassdoor, Snagajob, LinkUp, LinkedIn, LA Jobs. Oh man, do I have to really do this? Immigration/wage theft legal services? Yeah, fuck them up. Turns out the company I work for was involved in a class action lawsuit for stealing people's overtime pay, not paying them. Food bank resources, medical services. I do need that, so I can't get a doctor's appointment with Medi-Cal. They said at the homeless place, it's mainly for like emergency medicine. Miscellaneous housing, job placement. Homeboy Industries. Is that it?
Yeah. Job stuff.
Yeah. I can't look up anything now while I'm live streaming. Can anyone look up one of these for me? Look up caljobs.ca.gov. This will be fun. We'll look at this together and tell me what's there. Someone else look up higher up LA. Sorry. higheruplac.com. higheruplac.com. Let me try and get just that on screen if you can read that. higheruplac.com. Los Angeles County, I guess. Good. Did I even try and work there? They got Goodwills around here. Place, training for county job. WERCT or WERCtraining.org/place. Someone look that up. So now we got websites for you all to look up. Taco Tuesday for the homeless. I might do that. Got to find out what time they do it. I might be asleep by then, most nights. Alright, get to work. Stop dilly-dallying. You all heard what to do. You know what to do. Look it up. No one's chatting. That is not a good sign. Excuse me, I've got some business to do. phone's pretty hot. Let me cool it down. Go. Finally gonna cool down the phone. Did anyone look up those job sites yet? No? Well, it's weird sitting here where it's quiet. I'm not at the park. I'm in a different spot. Kind of depressing, but also kind of nice to not have to see people walking around everywhere. It stresses me out. If I wanted, I could rent a spot in a parking lot like $100 a month, apparently, or I forget how much it is. I gotta ask. But somebody told me about that, and I don't know if I'd like that though, because how do I get out? It's a gated parking lot, so like, how do I get out? Because I could sleep there, but they'll let RVs rent there to sleep. But I'm assuming they would let me too, right? Why not? What do they care? It's money. But aside from the fact that I sleep for free where I am now, yeah, it can be a little annoying, but how would I get out of here? I should ask him. Probably don't want to spend that money. That is a lot of money. $100 a month. My mom's having tech problems, everybody. She called me to try and figure out how to log into her work online profile to watch some training videos. And she got so frustrated when I couldn't, like, there's nothing I can do. She doesn't know her login info. And I tried some guesses based on what she was telling me. She's like, I don't know, my username could be this, it could be this. I'm like, it's not. And she did tell me a password she seemed pretty sure about. So it's just funny. She's calling me to ask this across the country. And I said, well, why don't you, like, is it due tomorrow? She's like, no, it's due the 15th. I said, well, why don't you ask somebody at your job? And she's like, oh, this is gonna, it's just a problem. It's gonna be a problem forever whenever she needs to log into stuff. Oh, man. Her trying to use a computer. I said, get your login info and write it down somewhere. I really just need my own business. That's all I can do. What can I do? Nothing. want to avoid people, especially with coronavirus going around. What the hell do I do? Hey, I can watch the Super Bowl from my phone, right? So that might be a little fun. Watch from my phone. Watch for a little bit. I don't know. I might watch some silent films instead. And also, it's on earlier here, right? Because the time difference. It's a funny thing about being on the West Coast. Everything's kind of tailored for the East Coast. Don't know why. It kind of makes sense intuitively, but it's always, where's it being played? Someone tell me. No one's chatted yet. That is weird. Usually at least people say hi or something. And there's people here. So I just have a bunch of people silently watching me, scrutinizing my every move. But who's playing? I don't even know who's playing the Super Bowl. Is it on the East Coast? If it's on the East Coast, have they played it at the Astrodome? I feel like they played it there. So we're like at least an hour or two behind from wherever it's played, I bet. What's that mean? Like when's the football? Like 10 at night? So here it might end at 9 or 10 o'clock or 8. It's still too late for me. Man, this reminds me of when I would try and find stuff to watch on TV when I was a kid on Sundays. It was so depressing. Nothing much good on. Lame ass movies of the week on TV, on, cable networks or whatever, infomercials, and then to have sports on like football. Football I was never really into. I was into baseball for a while and basketball, but to see football on TV on Sundays was just the most depressing, isolating thing. I don't know why. Still is. Now we get more people. The Zomble Man. Ah, damn it, the screen, it's like flickering your comments. It's like when I let go of the screen in that split second, that's when I can see them. Hello from New Zealand. Now I can see them. And Frank says, hey. Hey, Frank. Hello, Zomble Man. I was applying to jobs earlier and trying to get my energy up here. I'm not really that tired or anything. But I'm kind of influenced by my surroundings. This quiet little parking lot and street I'm on kind of makes me just want to be more quiet. Applied for some jobs, a little bit of a hassle on the phone. Not too bad, actually. Not that bad at all. And want to apply to more, got to make more profiles. I got these websites they gave me at this place that helps homeless people. So there's caljobs.ca.gov. Someone look that up now for me. How great would it be if a bunch of people just applied to jobs for me? Send out my resume. caljobs.ca.gov. /vosnet/default.aspx. Higher Up, that's training and job placement. HigherUpLAC.com. Hospitality Training Academy, would I want to do that? LAHTA.org, or I believe in New Zealand they might call it LAHTA.org. The sort of more British pronunciation of H. In Spanish, it's H. Building trades news, apprenticeship, and shit. I'm not doing that. And all like medical assistant and stuff, that sounds like stuff where they'll train you. They say that here. Sounds like it might be cool, but I don't want to be doing that stuff during coronavirus, man. Respect to the healthcare workers. I would not be doing that. I'd be so paranoid out of my mind every day that I'm infected. Now I don't even like saying that because I always worry anytime someone passes by me. This dipshit here, when I walked out the hallway, like instead of just waiting for me to pass like I normally do for anybody, they tried to slip right next to me. It's like, how fucking stupid are you? Oh well. And lajobsportal.org/resources. Well, here, there's a bunch of websites they gave me. People, start opening your tabs on your computers, start typing these addresses in, and find jobs and send them to me. My email is flyingovertroutam@gmail.com. Go on, start looking. LA Jobs, America's Job Center of California, LA Local Hire Programs, Bridge and TLH, Cal Jobs, City of LA Jobs, Indeed, Indeed Plus, Goodwill Job Board, Monster, ZipRecruiter, LinkedIn, Glassdoor, Snagajob, AngelList, LinkUp. So those are job posting boards. Oh, I see why it's hard. The screen is so sensitive. I've got a shop towel touching the top of the screen because I've got it sort of wrapped around the phone with water, like a wet shop towel to cool it. Oh boy. What's your name? Fabio. How do you think I'm getting money? I got a job. I just want a better job. My job is run by assholes and doesn't pay enough. And it's not even that they're all personally contemptible. Some of them are, especially the one son of a bitch manager. But it's the whole company. It's set up. It's layered, embedded in there that you're expendable. You'll be fired if they don't want you, and that they'll treat you like shit if they can get away with it. And that's what they did. They fired. They're union busters. Somebody who knows told me about a couple years ago at another warehouse in LA this company runs. The drivers tried to unionize, and the company, instead of letting them do that, got them to compromise by just agreeing to pay them more and give them regular raises. And what this guy told me is after a year, they fired all the drivers, and then they just hired contractors. So that's why all the drivers are contractors now. It's so senseless. And I said, well, did they sue? He's like, yeah, they sued, and they ended up having to pay them like $75,000 each for like there's like a $75,000 a year salary or something. I didn't catch all the details of that, like how many years did they have to do that, whatever. But I'm like, and I was telling this guy, they'd rather do that, and we both practically said it at the same time, than just pay him. And he was laughing, and I was laughing, because this is how senseless my company is. So that tells you all you need to know. And they've been in a lawsuit before for stealing overtime pay from people as well. So I need a job that pays more. I've looked at some, applied to some. Some I'm like, I probably wouldn't like this. It might be really tough. I might not even be qualified. And, I'll get through it. If I have to shower in the morning when it's a little cold, so be it. Or if I have very little to no free time because I'm working 8, 9, 10 hours a day. Well, 8 hours, it's not that big a deal, but 10, 11 hours a day commuting and stuff. That's kind of misery inducing, but I'll do what I have to, and I want to get that money for the stuff I need, for the film gear, and to save up a little for my own productions. A video is coming out very soon that I hired a guy to do. One of my favorite YouTubers, we've worked together before, Nolan from Great Teen Vids, 14 Kids, is remixing a very funny video of my mom's, and his remix is so funny. It's so much better than I thought it could be. I was tearing up laughing. So stuff like that, it's a little pricey, I want to pay him well, and even at that, I could you probably could command more, but um, I don't know if he does this much professionally, but he's has a hilarious YouTube channel. Check it out. Look up the Garden Cast. It's a podcast he and his friends do. They've done like 10 or 11 episodes where they watch an Olive Garden commercial 60 times or 70 times and give commentary on it. And it's just hilarious. Every word is perfect. I don't know how they have such good comedy instincts being such young guys. Uh, Plus, I got to ask them how they do the audio for the and sync it all up. For that's a good question. I got to ask because I could never figure out by looking online how do you record a DVD commentary. I wanted to do some with my mom, and I could never figure out, well, how do you time it? How do you record it? And have it so it's timed perfectly with the movie. And so I guess it's not that hard. But how do I record it so I know the exact time to, say if we sold the DVD commentaries, me and my mom, for people who wanted to buy it to know whether it's warm. What you get paid? I get paid money. Um, what am I good at? Basically, I mean, I've done some set construction, and I actually applied to a job relating to that. Set construction for stage and film. I've done that. Art department along in there. It's all kind of the same thing. Uh, Production assistant on set. That's kind of it. I mean, I've done a bunch of roles on set, like assistant director, on a very small independent shoot where I was basically just calling out the time and trying to keep things on schedule, but ultimately the director controls that. I was at his mercy. And script supervisor. I did some assistant camera, some gaffing, some gripping, which means lights and electric, basically. But I'm not like an expert in that stuff. And editing, unfortunately, editing jobs, aside from I don't have a place to edit right now, a lot of them require Adobe Premiere. When I get my laptop, I'm going to get Premiere. Even though I love Magix Vegas, I'm going to still use Vegas too for my own projects. But I want to get Premiere, learn that, see if that would be of assistance to me to get jobs. And you pay a monthly subscription for it, so it's not like I need to pay, $900 for the Adobe Premiere suite. I'll just pay like $20 or $50 a month for it. I've heard it has its problems, but that's what most people use in filmmaking. That and Final Cut. So I would need to learn that, and that would put me ahead of the curve right there. But it all takes money. I would need to rent an office as long as the pandemic's going on. I would need to buy a laptop, probably around I looked at and I saved one that I think would have pretty good specifications for the type of like 4K, 6K video editing. About a $1,400 laptop and some hard drives and that about covers it, I guess, as far as that goes. And After Effects too, I should learn some of that. I learned some of Blender, but nowhere close to enough to get a job or even do my own stuff. Actually, I did kind of learn enough to do my own videos, like with Blender, but my laptop was so slow, it took forever to render even one frame. To render a 30-second video, it would have taken like 3 days. No, I'm applying to lots of like manual labor jobs, warehouse related stuff, lifting, pushing, cleaning, sorting, shipping, receiving. I'm applying to all kinds of stuff like that. Janitor work, or I forget if I was even qualified for that if I bothered applying. It's freezing in Missouri. And right now, the warehouse I work at, it's just whatever. Just try and mind my business and let them, exploit me and make my $16 an hour, which is going to go back down to $15 an hour whenever they deem the pandemic, or they deem us unworthy of the coronavirus hazard pay. 29% on my phone. Battery. Construction, I don't think I want to do. That is damn hard work. Physically brutal. I'm just not the kind of guy who wants to do that. What I do now, yeah, it can be hard, but it's nothing like construction. A lot of different types of construction work. And the other thing is, I want a good company to work for. My company, they're run by pieces of shit. And the manager is a straight, wannabe little badass asshole. And I got into arguments with him and all that. So. And he just straight up denied that there's anything valid to consider about whether workers don't feel safe reporting safety issues. Do they have valid reasons to feel that? I couldn't even say what I thought, which is, I don't respect you. I can't answer that because you're just trying to shut down any discussion about that. So if you don't want to know, that's revealing of your character. That's just what a bully does. And he had me cornered in an office doing that. No, I won't even consider doing that in college. 18 hours a day? Fuck that. I've done that on film sets, but I would not do that at something I didn't like. I've worked 17, 18-hour days on film. And a standard day on film is 12 hours. But, I'm rarely ever thinking, oh, when can I get out of here or anything. I want to be there. So we've got this list of job sites that they gave me, and at the homeless place, assistance place, and I'm going to go there tomorrow to, first they're going to get started working on my resume. I have resumes, like one for more regular jobs and one for film. Somebody already helped me work on my regular job resume, that at the very least needs updating with my warehouse job. I'm most likely not working on construction. Got work with angle grinders and all that. Man, a guy was telling me he used to do that, and he said it was just brutal. You had to grind down concrete to a polish, and it had to be perfect. Get all the bubbles out, or I forget exactly. Probably I'm mixing up a few things in there, but that's not my thing. I'm not into that. And there are not that many film jobs. So I have been looking for plenty of jobs, just manual labor basically, and trying to screen out the ones that I can already tell are not for me. I looked at a recycling plant. Oh man, that would drive me nuts. The really fast conveyor belt goes and you got to pick out like the heaviest stuff first, the biggest stuff that'll damage the recycling machines, because people put all kinds of stuff in there that doesn't belong there. And there's like 4 people on each side of the conveyor belt. That was just in one section, and you could barely hear what the guy who was filming was saying because he didn't record voiceover later. He just tried to talk in this noisy recycling facility while he was filming, so you can barely hear a word he says. And there's 4 people on either side, because one's gonna, like, each of them are gonna miss some of these big heavy things that will be, will damage the recycling machine. I'm like, can you imagine looking at this thing for 9 or 10 hours a day? That would drive me nuts. Again, respect to the people who work those recycling facilities, because that is tough work, and people do not know, they don't put the proper things in recycling. I was reading the comments on the YouTube video, and somebody was saying a lot of people would put like stuff from their backyard, like wood chips and stuff, thinking that can be recycled, and they don't understand that can't. I forget if I applied to janitorial jobs. I might have. I looked at some, but I don't know if I was qualified for them. And I don't even remember what else I applied for. I think I've applied for probably at least 10 jobs in the last 4 or 5 days, if not more. I sort of, again, thought seriously about joining the National Guard. I'm still not too old enough to apply. I'm 35. You got to enlist by 35, otherwise, that's the age cutoff. And, maybe, like I said, I'd have a bed, I'd have food, I'd have someone yelling at me. But here's the thing. If I don't like being told what to do and all this corporate, every time I'm in the administrator's offices to get some crap done I need for my work profile and stuff, it's always just some really mundane crap, like, oh, I gotta get a new key card to enter the building because my key card stopped working or something. I just feel so uncomfortable with this whole, maze of processes that they make you go through just to get anything done. And I'm like, if that's the case, I know in the military I would be miserable. I mean, I'm sure you gotta like put in special requests to get, new pants or toilet paper or, all that stuff. And also, here's the thing, the pay is low, at least when you start. The pay is real low. Now, wait a minute, I do have to ask though, when you work there, or you're training, work, I'm going to work, I'm going to physical training, do you keep all the money you make? Can someone tell me that? That might be interesting to know. So if I only make $1,400 a month, but I get to keep it all, that would mean I'm making more than I am now. Because all that money I make, I like $700 a month, I gotta, $700 a month I'd have to spend on food and bills. Cool, 7 people here. Oh, I mean 10. Now we lost one. But yeah, if I join the National Guard, I don't think I'll do that, because also you have like a 4-year contract, and I don't want that. I want my independence. It's just so, I don't even understand the concept of you only work 1 weekend a month. So you need to work another job the rest of the time, but you just do that one. Like, how is that? Why does the military even want that? Like, don't they want you to be more like, sort of constantly ready for whatever in case you need to be deployed. In the case of the National Guard deployed within the country, I would hope. But like I said, I don't like doing stuff that doesn't make sense. Like, I don't like being told stuff, it doesn't make sense or it's not right. If I had to deal with that in the military, I'm sure it would be 10 times worse for me, like mentally, and the consequences of not doing it. That's partly why they want young guys joining there who can be told what to do more easily. Thank you, Frank. I don't know what you're talking about, Mateo. Ask for $700 per day for doing what? Sweeping the sidewalk? And I barely ate today. It's giving me anxiety just being here. I don't know what it is. I'm in this quiet area. Reminds me of being stuck in my house in Arlington. That's what I really hated about being stuck at home all the time. I felt so isolated. So I was just broke. Shit, my dandruff has only gotten like 40% better with the tar gel shampoo. The groundskeepers at the park seem like they have a pretty laid-back job. I'd like to do that. Not the asshole park rangers. I've seen them be assholes to people. They're so, like, starved for action. I saw a guy parked in his car. He snuck his car through to get into one of the inner parking lots at Hanson Dam. And they fucking swarmed him like, he was a major criminal or something. He was just there playing with his family. And they were like saying on the loudspeaker, like, "Sir, you must leave here." And they were like surrounding him like he's a threat to national security. It's like, how stupid are you? I couldn't stand seeing them do that. But I didn't want to do anything either because they could mess me up bad. I was just hanging out there. You could go there on foot. You just can't drive into there. Anyways, applying on for jobs on my phone isn't too bad. It's annoying. Craigslist like wouldn't let me apply to one. I don't know if it was a bug or something. Oh, I can always do the option for the desktop site on my phone, but even that doesn't work sometimes. It's a big hassle. Yeah, I'm not qualified to be a manager of a construction site though. I don't know if I can organize all that. Wow, this is like my first time relaxing in a long time. It feels so weird. It gives me anxiety. I like how quiet it is, but I don't know, when I don't see people around, I don't know what it is. It messes with me. I'm fine. Dear fucking goodness, how do I find a job that's not so shitty? Ooh, I got a message. It's actually about a new video coming, which is good timing. I want to get some stuff done now. I got to do some more work, paperwork, possibly apply to more jobs, and go to the bathroom. But stay subscribed to the channel. A really exciting video is coming soon. I got those almonds stuck in my throat. Oh, this thing is messed up. The stylus. All right, everyone. I don't want to leave choking and stuff. I got like a piece of almond stuck in my throat. Yeah, that's better, I think. My throat's sore, though. Been talking so much. All right. Oh, crap. I'm going to go. Thanks. Bye.